Welcome back to First Listens, that series where we listen to an album that neither of us have heard for the first time.
Today we're going to be listening to Dominic Fike's 14 Minutes. Now, we've had so many requests for this. We know there's a lot of love out there for Dominic Fike, so we're going to jump into this and see what it's like.
Let's kick things off with the first track, Megaman.
Hey. Who's in my... Yeah. Who's in my...
Oh, the way you heard the guitar.
Ooh.
I don't like that. It's kind of weird.
Who's in my house in the morning? She was up like try to stay low.
Oh, I'm liking this vocal style.
You would already know. But as far as you know, I'm proud to be American. Shoot from the hip like megaman. Shoot call the world I'm living in. At least that's what my parents said. I'm proud to be
I forget about Dom's flows. Always fire.
She was up like 2 in the morning, moving the headboard around.
It's a very unique DIY style beat, that isn't it? Like he's using everything on the guitar to be part of the track itself.
It's very rare you see someone with just an acoustic guitar put a track out. I liked it. I wasn't sure on the guitar slides though. Like they were so loud in the mix, it kind of was a little bit off-putting, but real simple track, obviously just over a minute, cool little verse. Let's go straight on to High Grace.
Very different vibe to the first track.
The piano feels nice though, doesn't it?
What the fuck is that? Oh! Okay.
Unexpected.
Yeah. It's weird how well that works with the beat, actually.
Pretty simple, but nice bass in there as well.
Yeah.
Long time, peaches. Let's kick the can. I've got some orange wine for you.
I've never had orange wine.
No? Neither have I. Don't know why I'm saying it like
I would
that.
like it, but
Yeah. What, tomato wine?
I've never even heard of that.
Wine Dine and 69.
Yo.
His voice kind of... I don't know, it reminds me of maybe like Randy Newman or somebody. And then the little aliens come back. Honestly, when that voice first came in, I thought something was up with the headphones. I didn't think it was the song.
And on the way out of your mind, I said, high grace, come here with your kind.
Whoa. Complete switch up.
Yeah.
And if I could say I'm worth your while, I would like grace.
Backmash drums as well.
So, yeah, I'm walking in blue LED lights on me.
Ooh.
Buzzing like an iPhone. And you know how that goes. Makes you wanna try some. And when I'm talking through the MP3, try some for me. Hit me on the light bulb. And I'll be lying right into your smile, grace. Come be my baby, get me out of here. I wanna see what you can do with me.
It's so spooky.
Come on, I wanna when you wanna be. Come be my baby. Get me out of here.
Yes. Oh, a little funky bass, like peeking through there.
Well, from the intro, I was not expecting the robotic style voice to come in, but it actually worked really well. Pretty simplistic beat, but had me bobbing along the whole time. Just that little drum pattern really held it all together.
In isolation, the alien scary... I'm going to call it an alien voice. I didn't know... I couldn't quite picture how that was going to work. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? But then when it joined the beat, it all cemented together. And I was like, oh, it makes sense now. And I was surprised at how well it actually did work because of how, not off-putting, but jarring it is when you first hear that. And then it actually works with the beat. Cool shit.
It was quite a nice step up after such a calm introduction as well. Obviously, just an acoustic on the first track and then a little bit more energy there.
Well, up next, we've got 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 23, 23.
Right?
I don't know what that means. Somebody will let us know. Is it an important date in Dominic Fike's life, maybe? His birthday? No. His birthday is December the 30th. Big fan. Back to that kind of somber feel again.
Is it going to just be another acoustic? Oh, no.
Oh, little breakbeat. It's a lot of cool work on vocals.
Oh.
The aliens are back.
I like that noise though. It's so loud in the mix.
This feels almost Radiohead inspired. Like something off like King of Limbs or something.
Gravity started pulling me aside the seams, and everything was spinning in a dad's garage. And then she was 11 and her plans were small again. I had forgotten what I was doing here. I had forgotten what I was doing with you.
It's a bit like a samba feel to it almost.
Samba Radiohead, is that what you're going with now?
Yeah, Tom York, if he loved samba, would have made that track.
I really liked that. I think we've mentioned it when we've listened to previous Fike projects. He does a really good job of experimenting with his vocal style, and there was like so many different little tweaks and changes in that, and his voice slowly fading out, being a little bit more robotic, the aliens returned, and then at the end it was normal, but it all just blended together really well.
This is already shaping up to be one of the most experimental Fike projects that we've listened to, and his other projects do have a lot of experimental content in them as well, but this one just feels like, maybe it's because it's the 14 minutes, maybe these are all the tracks where he's like, maybe I can't make a full album, so I'll just make a little EP of my favourite little side projects that I've been working on. I'll throw them all together, I'll get them released and see what people think, and genuinely, I'm surprised at how good they all end up tying together, because when you hear each element uniquely, you think, oh, don't know about that one, Dom, and then when it actually kicks into the track, you go, oh, I see the vision now. I get it.
Well, it's time for Thick Rick.
Thick Rick.
Who is Thick Rick?
Come on. Oh.
You get scared, you get lied to. I'm not fooled. Tattoos. Any minute we might talk to.
It's like time warping on the vocals.
The mixing on this is insane. You can perfectly hear what every element's doing.
Ooh. There's Thick Rick showing up. That's that level of distortion that kicks in is crazy. In contrast to the rest of the track. Okay.
Clean bass in the background there as well. Them guitars sound like they're coming from far away, don't they? Echoing over a hill.
Oh, I like that. Whoa!
Like what?
Whoa! Oh, I'd really like this, you know. Lovely little bit of acoustic to see us out there. What I really, really enjoyed about that track was the experimentalness of the vocals, and it was kind of time modulated to a way where I think what they've done is they've taken every word and then restructured it after the fact, because we had the parts where it sounded like he was almost stumbling over his own words, but it was just like but it was done in such a way that also it felt like it was being stretched at points and then contracted at other points. So the vocals ended up stretching out further than they normally would, and the time was all weird, but it all stayed within where it needed to be. And that was probably my favorite. It's up there of my favorite Dominic Fike tracks all together.
I don't know who THICKRICK is, but after listening to that song, I'd like to meet him. Also, thick, you know what I mean?
Would you wine dine in 69, THICKRICK?
What is with this today? Maybe. It depends what he looks like. It depends if he's truly as thick as Dom says he is. But I really enjoyed that. It felt like the most complete song on the EP so far. Obviously, it's one of the longer ones, so maybe you would expect that. But as much as it was still experimental, it felt a bit more put together, if that makes sense. But I've enjoyed every track so far. It's a bit weird, this, compared to everything else we've listened to. It's definitely not got the same kind of production style and flow to it, but I'm enjoying it.
Up next, we've got Bowie Box or Bowie Box. Depends how you want to say it.
Is it the man or the knife?
It's a good question. Back to nice acoustic town. Lots of towns out there, isn't there? You really think about it. Certain Joji style to this.
It's like DIY style, isn't it?
It's that high-pitched vocals that are filtered. That falsetto. I like that counter melody going on with the guitar. Vocals, counter melody, vocals, counter melody.
Big reverb on that.
Very vibey, isn't it? Feels almost like a mini interlude of sorts. Just giving everything a chance to breathe.
That sounded like the soundtrack to a TV show type vibe, you know what I mean? Where someone's walking away from a great night or something and they're walking down the street, nice, the sun's setting in the background and it's just that guitar riff coming in. I really enjoyed that, but it was a pretty simplistic song, to be honest. There was like one verse and there wasn't much to it. I'm not going to try overindulge.
I think the problem with... It's not a problem. This isn't a problem. I think the thing is with anybody that's singing in a falsetto voice that is filtered to that extent, you're always going to think Joji. And it's just because that is entirely Joji's style. And I know it's not necessarily Dominic Fike style. And he has done it in the past. So it's not like it's like he's trying to copy somebody. It is a cool style to have. But I think it's in the same way that Billie Eilish has basically taken that kind of whisper, singy, kind of sad songwriting. Whereas if any other female artist does that similar thing, the first thing you think of is, oh, that's like Billie Eilish. But it's not fair to do that because it's just a style. Like, they don't own that style.
There's people doing it before them anyway.
Yeah. So when I make the comparison to Joji, it's not because I think that he's copying him. It's just that's the first thing that springs to my mind, and I cannot help but compare things to other things.
It's a positive, if anything, because you're a huge Joji fan. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a very big compliment. But Tim, we're on to what is apparently the biggest track of the album, Misses.
Oh, this is very...
Oh, I love you. I actually know this one.
Oh, you know, immediately in.
I saw the lyrics and I was like,
this is a big track, this. That's a nice bass tone. Ooh. What's really cool is having everything filtered out, guitar, vocals, and the bass is the one thing that's clean in the mix. It really helps it to cut through that low end.
That bass coming in is tasty, isn't it?
Really nice.
That feels like it should be way longer. Obviously, I knew it. As soon as it started, I was like, oh, yeah, I've listened to this song loads of times. Really short, really simple. Just a fun little indie track, that. But it could easily be double the length, and I'd probably prefer it even more.
I kind of wanted it to be double the length because I was really enjoying that. And I think the way that I can kind of envision that being structured is like an inverted pyramid. Now, hear me out because I'm going somewhere with this. With music and songwriting and music creation, you kind of focus on certain elements to be your rhythm section and to be the background and to be the things that are just in the mix that carry the track. And then you've got your guitars and your vocals that are higher up there. That felt like it turned it on its head and put a lot of presence into the bass guitar. And the bass guitar became the kind of forefront because that was the only thing in the mix that was clear. Everything else was filtered. The drums were in between. So it felt like it had gone the other way where the vocals were at the bottom of the pyramid. And the bass was the thing that was all on show. And as a bassist, that's the best song Dominic Fike has ever done.
That's the longest explanation of the bass being prominent that I've ever heard a man make. You can tell this boy plays the bass. Anyway, we're on to the second to last song, To Say, To Say.
To Say.
It's got that little indie number.
The little grain on it as well. Oh.
I like that.
Funk it down. Another town. Oh. Stephen Hawking malfunctioning. Help me.
You just ruined this song for me and every Dominic Fike fan that's watching.
Oh.
Like a Prince of Persia vibe.
Oh. That's sick. Yay. That was so that at the end there is definitely a sample of something, and there will be a dom head out there. A dom head, that sounds like an insult. What is the name for Dominic Fike's fan base? Do we know? Fikesters, maybe?
I don't have a clue.
The Fikers.
I have no idea.
These are all sounding really like a rude term to call somebody. So, two things. What are you guys called? Second thing, what is that a sample from? Because I don't think that was Dominic Fike. That sounded like it came from like a film or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. That track was a very strange one again. This entire album has been so different to everything we've listened to, really. I know it's always like a bit experimental, but every track has been a completely different vibe. I mean, to be fair, I actually didn't really like the vocal style in the opening section, but then I've really enjoyed the kind of guitar breakdown bit in the middle or towards the end of the track.
What was cool with the guitars were when he was doing kind of the walk up on the guitar, it was using a lot of notes that I wouldn't have expected to have been in that set. So obviously there's very safe notes to use when you're trying to do a little mini guitar solo. Felt like he was using every note that wasn't that, which is kind of the style of like jazz. It's all about the notes you don't play. And I just thought it was cool to do that in a track of that kind. I think it's just cool to hear because the guitars didn't sound like they should have gone together. But then when they eventually both resolved, they both reached the same point, and it was like this sense of, just a nice euphoria.
Well, it's coast to coast time.
C2C.
The end of the EP.
Coast to coast, motherfucker.
We're nearly at the end of the entire Fike journey now as well. Not much content left to go. Let us know in the comments a different artist we should check it out. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there.
Oh! Gee! Oh!
Using his voice as an instrument as well.
Cool as shit, man. Yeah. Oh, I love this. It's sick. Oh, coming in at the end. What? Why couldn't this project be called, I don't know, 20 minutes? And just those couple of songs that we really liked, just drag them out for a little bit longer. But we've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Dominic Fike knows when to not overstay his welcome with a musical idea. There's been multiple times, I think it was the Demos album that had a lot of it on, where, or EP, whatever you want to call it, where there was ideas that he was exploring that he only did for a couple of minutes, or like maybe a minute and a half, or maybe just over a minute. And I think he's good at doing that and knowing when to not drag something out, because that just leaves you wanting more. Like, if that track was 3 minutes long, would it still have the same effect? I'm going to say yeah, because I would have listened to it all the way through. But I'm sad it's over, man. I'm sad it's over.
It was a cool way to end the album. I'm happy we got a little bit more energy just to close things out, give us a little moment to boogie. To be honest, I don't really know how I feel about this EP. Compared to everything else we've listened to, it felt much more experimental, but a bit more like a test. Like, I think the ideas were complete, but some of the tracks were that short. I felt like by the time I was just getting into it and hearing all the different elements of the songs, it was over. And I didn't like that as much as I liked some of the previous projects, to be honest. Still had fun with it, and especially High Grace and Coast to Coast and obviously Misses that I've heard before. Really, really enjoyed those tracks. But I don't know, I felt like I'm still yearning for more, like you said, and I don't know if it's in a good way. I feel like I'm missing a little something.
You're yearning for more of Thick Rick. I know, it's all right, bro. You can admit it. That definitely felt like, you know, we listened to the demos, and it kind of felt like it was in that vein where it was ideas that he was trying out, but maybe because he's that far through his career now at this point, because this was 2024, I think, that you can't really release demos at that point. I mean, you can, but they're not going to be an actual album/EP. It's going to be like a side thing that you just release and say, oh, I'm going to release a vinyl of a bunch of demos of songs that, you know, I've already released. So I think it puts you in a difficult space when you're somebody as experimental as Fike is to decide what to do with these crazy ideas that you've got, because you're like, there's no way I can flesh these out to be whole songs. I can't put them on an album. What should I do? And I think an EP is the second best thing that you can do. So I think he's done right. I just wish there was a better way for him to get stuff like that together.
Yeah, I agree. And let's not get it confused. I still enjoyed it and I had a lot of fun listening to it. I just personally think out of everything we've listened to so far, it was probably the worst of the projects.
Really? Do you mean, no, your least favourite? I think using the word worst.
No, I would say my least favourite, definitely. I would probably say worst as well.
Why worst?
I just think
you don't have to bring best or worst into it.
No, it was so short. It was so like some of the 4 of the tracks were like under a minute and a half. I think it was just not quite enough for me. Like I understand it's an EP, but I don't know. I just
maybe it was just a way of him to, like I say, put his ideas together, but then also let people know that, you know, I've got new stuff coming. Here's some shit to listen to now. Get everybody hyped for it. And I mean, it is called 14 minutes, so you go into it knowing exactly what you're going to get. Short and sweet, to the point, packaged up. But I understand what you're saying. I would have liked for there to have been more, but do I think it's his, well, let's say worse. It's not even my least favorite, I don't think. I think I enjoyed that more than some of the other stuff we've listened to.
Well, there you go.
Purely because of the experimental side of it, especially on the vocals.
Music is very subjective. That's what we're here for. Got to give an opinion. So we've only got Rocket left to go, Tim. One more Dominic Fike album, and we have done the full discography. So make sure, if you're a Dominic Fike fan, hit like and subscribe and stick around for that.
Thank you very much for watching.